Hey everybody, it's me again, Alex! And welcome back to another episode of Alex Talks About Books.
Alex Talks About Books.
In today's episode of Alex Talks About Books, we're going to be talking about one of the very first books that I ever even read all the way through. You know, besides the dictionary. Yeah, I read a dictionary once. Ask me what stupendous means. Ask me, go on. It means fucking great. Today we're going to be talking about a book that is about one of the worst cases of child abuse in California state history. We're going to be talking about A Child Called It. A Child Called It was written by David Pelzer. The child in the book, grown up, wrote a few books about it. This is some seriously fucked up shit. Jesus. A Child Called It is actually the first book in a series of 3 books which chronicles his life as it goes progressively as he grows up. This one is when he was a child. The second one was when he went into foster care. Spoilers, he actually made it out of it to write the book. And the third book is, I believe, it's him as an adult coping with everything. I haven't read the last 2. I started reading the second one. Had to give it back because it was on loan from a library. I don't even have a library card. I don't know why I was worried. Probably should have just finished it. A Child Called It actually chronicles David Pelzer's life as a child, being abused by his mother, mentally, physically abused. It's a horrifying thing to read what this woman did to this child. It's awful. This person, she's dead now. She's dead now. If you read it, if I could recommend a book to read besides the one I'm going to recommend at the end of the video, it would be this one. And you'll see what I mean when I say, good, she's dead. Maybe that's heartless, I don't know. I should probably do some soul searching later. This book goes into extreme detail about everything that happened to the young man, and it's very, like, I want to say horrifying, but I don't know if it does it justice. Literally, you can flip any page in the book, just about any page, and find something horrific that he did. Here, I'm gonna just... not looking. I'm just gonna read the first line I see. I turned away. All my respect for father was gone. The savior I'd imagined for so long was a phony. I felt more angry at him than I did at mother. I wished that somehow I could fly away, but the throbbing pain brought me back to reality. I washed the dishes as fast as my body could let me. I quickly learned that moving my forearm resulted in a sharp pain above my stomach. If I sidestepped from the wash basin to the rinse basin, another pain raced through my body. This is a chapter about her stabbing him in the chest with a knife. This boy had to suffer through all manners of different types of torture. He was starved. When he did eat, he was made to vomit. He was chemically tortured by being made to clean the bathroom while she closed the door and mixed bleach and ammonia together until there was a nice thick chemical fog in the bathroom until he would cough up blood. He was not allowed to sleep in the house, but he was allowed to sleep down at the lower part, I think it was a garage or a basement, on an old army coat, and that was it. For it to be a book about child abuse and people still want to read it, that says a lot about this book's character and the way that people, you know, find entertainment in sick places, I guess. But still, really good book. The band Buck Cherry even wrote a song about it called A Child Called It. It's actually not a bad song. If you like Buck Cherry, go check it out. It's a pretty good song. Even though the book is a stunning and graphic read and it goes into great detail about the child abuse, there are some people that even say that it never even happened. members of his own family who were excluded from the abuse in the book. You see, the thing about the mother, she only abused him. Or at least that's what the book would lead you to believe. But the other members of the family step forward, like the grandmother says she thinks he was abused, but not to the extent that he wrote in the book. A lot of people have criticized it for being too entertaining in the later two books. Like it wasn't real enough for them. And that he just made it all up to make his books seem more exciting to read. Even his own two brothers, one of them says that the abuse never even took place. The other one says that he was also abused, but it was never seen. Whether it actually happened or not is up to the reader to decide, and I guess him, because he went through whatever he went through and he wrote about it. So I really can't cast any shade on this book for that. But due to the graphic amount of detail that went into this, I would say this happened. Yeah, like it was too real. Maybe I'm being naive. Maybe I just want to believe that it was real. Whatever. Cast your own shade and opinions about this book in the comments. Whether you believe this true story or not, whether you say, hey, he made it up, I don't think you will if you actually read the book. I don't think you would. But no matter what you believe, I'm going to give this book, A Child Called It, an 8 out of 10. An 8 out of 10 for me. What's that you're asking? What book would I recommend that you read next if you're into books? Well, I've got the perfect book for you. An oldie but a goodie. Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. And you may be thinking to yourself, well, everybody's already read that one. Not a lot of people have. I find in my experience, and the new series that's coming out eventually, they're making a new Lemony Snicket series. I feel like it would be good to read all of the books and get caught up before you watch the series. That way you can compare the two comparatively. And as always, thank you all very much for joining me this time. Join me next time when I talk about some other random book that's on my shelf over there.
Alex talks about books.